What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of First Eps. We're taking a trip back to 1985.
Okay.
Miami, Florida, baby.
Yes.
Sitting down at your tiny 19-inch color TV.
Bienvenue a Miami.
To watch the first episode of Golden Girls. Yes, that's right. We watched the first episode of Golden Girls, and we're going to talk all about it. Keith's been very excited.
She's going to laugh like this the entire episode.
The entire time. My name is Eric.
I'm Keith.
And this is First Eps. All right, yes, we are here to talk about episode 1 of The Golden Girls in a little bit of a First Eps retro rewind. It's one of Keith's. Is it your favorite? Is it of all time your favorite show? One of them. I remember we talked about it.
Yeah, it was in my top 5. I think
it was in the top 5. I don't remember.
It's definitely one of my favorite sitcoms.
That's right. Your sitcoms. Yeah. I think it was your number 1 sitcom, if I remember correctly. So, this has been something we've talked about doing.
All right. So what we got? What's this beer we got today as we're starting out?
We're drinking a Blackberry Goza from Hamburg Brewing Company.
Local.
We got a nice Golden Girls cheesecake.
The Golden Girls cheesecake.
They love cheesecake on that show.
They do. They always. And actually, part of the good news with this cheesecake is that you got some good news from Fruit Lab, right? About being a certain celebrity of the year. Is that right?
we don't talk about it.
It was a little bit. I mean, I think
it was a big award.
Yeah, it came out about a month ago, and he just like mentioned it to me. Maybe about a week ago. Just by the way, I just got like Entertainer of the Year from Fruit Lab. I'm like, what?
Fruit Lab's Personality of the Year.
That's it.
So if you're not familiar with Fruit Lab, it's a video hosting service for video games, and this goes up there. It's like Twitch, YouTube, that sort of thing. Just a bunch of little clips, and you could you earn like pips to get gift cards and stuff like that. But Personality of the Year.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. So we're gonna eat a bunch of cheesecake and drink a bunch of beer and talk a bunch of Golden Girls.
Exactly. And the other reason we're talking about Golden Girls right now is because they just got released on Disney Plus. That was the only reason why we could go back to rewatch one of my favorite sitcoms.
Yes, as of I think July 2nd, all the episodes of Golden Girls are available on Disney Plus.
And that's part of the ABC deal, probably, because they own ABC, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So 7 seasons, 180 episodes.
Wow.
11 hour-long episodes. All available on Disney Plus.
Awesome.
Just another perk to you get your Marvel comic stuff Loki and your Golden Girls. I'm waiting for the crossover.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's
maybe Loki will time travel to 1985 Miami.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Blanche sleeps with him.
Yeah, he starts dating Blanche. Yeah,
that's great.
Guys, I'd like to show you my new lover.
Eligible bachelor. My new lover.
All right, well let's talk. I mean, we could just shoot the shit about Golden Girls all
night long.
But let's talk about the episode we watched.
Yep. So it's a pilot.
It was the pilot for Golden Girls. Like I said, it was 1985. First episode is 24 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it felt a lot longer. They crammed a ton of
it really did.
information in there.
And that was what I found kind of confusing for this, just because I remember the episode where they meet in the supermarket. And I was like, wait a minute.
That was a flashback? Because I don't know. I'm not familiar with the episodes like you are. So
I think it must have been the first episode, but not the pilot. So the pilot was filmed. I actually didn't look this up, but the pilot must have been filmed to like lure the audience into like the girls when they already knew each other. But the season 1 starts where Rose is at the supermarket and bumps into Blanche, and Blanche put up a sign to have a roommate. And like that's kind of how they get to know each other. And so it's kind of weird. I'm like, wait a minute. So they don't even talk about that at all in the pilot. It's like they already knew each other and Blanche is getting married. So I was like, oh, this is interesting because I don't actually remember seeing the pilot ever now.
Yeah. Are you so you're sure it wasn't like remember that time when we all met? Like it wasn't like one of those episodes. And it's just like
everything at cheesecake. Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not familiar at all. Well, it'll be interesting to see like if when they come out on Disney, if it changes the
order. When we binge it on Disney.
Exactly.
Obviously, that's what I'm going to vote. But yeah. Anyway,
all right, let's talk about the first episode.
Yeah.
Starts out, we see Dorothy just comes storming in.
Oh, my gosh.
Played by B. Arthur. She comes storming in.
Hell hath no fury like a B. Arthur.
Complaining to some guy in a floral shirt. who we come to find out is their gay butler,
Coco,
who only makes it through that first episode.
Yes, I had no idea who Coco was. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah, you looked him up afterwards, right?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's right. I do remember reading about this.
So why did he get booted?
I had read afterwards that when Ma, aka Sophia, came in, that she connected so well with the audiences as being like the sassy kind of witty type that she took some of Coco's lines and they bumped out Coco because they realized that the women could stand on their own, especially with Sophia being like the the whip smart one with all the what the gay guy was going to say.
Yes, yeah, they didn't need like a male component to the show.
They can just have the females living vida loca.
I love it.
And exactly.
1985, we're getting this female women's empowerment. Bunch of old broads.
They were doing it too. We've talked about that. I also learned about that. Well, we have a little bit of a contest I'm going to give to Eric later on, and we'll see.
This is exciting.
This is surprising.
I'm a little nervous.
About this. Yeah.
So yeah, Dorothy's complaining about she teaches school and the kids with the girls with the shaved heads and the boys with the green hair. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, that didn't age so well.
No, because then she was like, I'd kick them all out of school or whatever.
Yeah, for being individuals or something.
Yeah, and then she said something about like enchiladas or something.
Dorothy,
Oh no,
that was a different part.
To Coco. He said something about enchiladas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed him enchiladas.
I just remember thinking, I was like, oh, we're getting into like some racist things right off the bat.
You know what? You weren't sure what she was going to go with that. She was very acidic. She was very.
Oh my god!
You could tell they toned down B. Arthur's character too from the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of like how when we did our flashback for Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deanna Troi in the beginning was like omnipotent. I can sense death on the planet 18 light years away. She lost that. And this one, B. Arthur was, let's be honest, she was a total kind of a bitch in this first episode.
She was awful. She was, not funny a lot of times.
Funny.
But like if you're on the other end of it, like
but
really, really, really rude. Yeah. She would have been Me Too'd.
Yes.
She definitely Dorothy would have been canceled by now.
Yes. But they toned her down. So she wasn't quite as acidic when you watch more anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what's cool about like going back and watching the first episodes, little shit like that where it's like, oh yeah, this is what they changed.
Ooh,
got rid of Coco and made her less poisonous.
Brought it down from 11.
So then we Rose and Blanche come in. Rue McClanahan, Rose is Betty White
right here. This is Betty White Chia Pet.
Yes, the shrine to Betty White to keep her alive.
We did say
the candles never go out.
No.
They've been burning for 106 years.
Exactly.
However old Betty White is.
I don't think she's quite 106.
No,
but
I think
she might be like 98 then I just said.
Yeah, she's in her 90s.
Like she and the Queen are like right at it with each other, right?
Yeah. Betty White, Rue McClanahan come in and I just have written down now super sarcastic bitch. Early on, like Dorothy was like she was bad.
The first part of that episode even worse.
And then they talk about dating in Miami.
Okay,
Blanche is she's on the market.
There. Yep.
I mean, they're all looking for a little love in the
tropical.
So they say.
I don't think they say that. No.
But yeah, Dorothy was like, any eligible bachelors under 80 are all drug smugglers.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I mean, it's Miami.
That hasn't changed that much in the 30 years since this has been on.
And then there were a ton of funny jokes. And it wasn't until this part where I noticed like the laugh track. Now,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as in your face as like the canned laughter. Like this, I think was a studio audience.
Maybe it was.
So it was just like they laughed like a normal amount of time. And at parts where like it was like, it was meant to be
actually funny. Yeah.
Because there were a couple like the way this show has done that, there's so many like jokes one after another, like because every word out of their mouths is like, except for Blanche. Blanche is like the straight one.
Okay.
And then like Dorothy's just like everything she says is like super sarcastic.
Yeah.
And Rose is just like really dumb. So everything she says is like really just like you laugh because it's dumb.
Exactly.
And same with like Estelle Getty's character when she comes
Right. Because she vacillates between the two.
Yeah.
She's either kind of out of it or she's whip smart.
And, So like there were times where like, I mean, because there's so many jokes that you would hear a joke and then like you would hear like like 5 people in the crowd like laughing. But then other times, dude, there was like this raucous laughter, and I had no idea why.
Yeah. Did you write down any examples of that?
I think so. If I could make out what my my notes
take a moment to think about your chicken scratch here.
We'll get to it. So one of the funny jokes I thought was they were talking about how old they are, and Dorothy's like, sometimes I get into the car, or it was like she was on a nice date and she forgot how old she was, and she got in the car and she looked alive. She looked in the mirror, and there was a old woman staring back at her, and Rose was like, "Who was it?" Yes. That was like one of the best jokes of the whole thing.
Like I remember Rose was looking at her like with these eyes. Like,
yes.
Oh. Well, Dorothy. Who was it?
Oh, it was great. And of course she's just like, Dorothy just rolls her eyes.
Yeah. She slaps her.
We get to that a little bit later.
That's right. She just literally throw her into a closet. Yeah.
So we find out that Blanche got proposed to.
Yep.
And everybody's worried that she's going to get married and just like kick them out.
Oh, that's true. I thought it's been too fast. Well,
they were more concerned about losing the house in Miami.
Betty White was very concerned about that. Yeah.
Then we get Estelle Getty. This is the first time we meet her.
Yep.
What's her character's name?
Sophia.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Dorothy's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fun fact, she was actually 1 year younger than B. Arthur at this time. And she had to have 45 minutes of prosthetic, like old makeup put on. I didn't know how long it took.
I did know that she was the youngest one of the cast.
Yeah.
Which I always thought was funny because, they did a fantastic job with aging her.
Yeah. It was really interesting. Even just like younger. The casting, like she must have just blown them away.
Yeah.
That they're like, all right, let's just put you in 45 minutes of makeup every day.
Yeah.
But and then even I read in season 2, they had a harder time because she got a facelift in between seasons and looked even younger.
You know what's funny? Because she does look different between the seasons, and I thought it was something to do with her hair, but it's probably because she had her facelift.
Yeah, probably.
I never realized that.
But yeah, she immediately so she comes into the house and she has like her nursing home had like a fire or something, and she like escaped.
Yeah. Exactly.
But then she doesn't want to go into the kitchen because the fancy man. Coco, the gay butler.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so
it was kind of funny they were talking about that. I was thinking about that too. Like they were pretty like just having fun with it, but not making fun of him, so to speak.
Exactly. It wasn't super like demeaning.
It wasn't as cringeworthy as some of the Friends episodes that talk about homosexual issues. Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah. But of course, I don't know about future episodes. I don't remember anything being so cringy with this show.
No, yeah, this first one
it just seemed like he was one of the girls, they accepted him, but she kind of made fun of him just because she made fun of everybody.
Yeah. You get 4 older ladies in Florida now, and it's an entirely different story.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah, just watch like I don't know, Cops or something. Sorry, Florida.
This is the good old days of Florida.
But I thought it was funny that they try to. Now I don't know if this is canonical, but Sophia tries to explain that she's so mean because she had a stroke.
Yeah.
And she can't control the things that she says.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Or if was she being just
this
sarcastic?
Is the important thing. I wish my partner would definitely know about this. He was a little upset that we were filming this when he wasn't around, helping me to coaching tips. I don't remember this. I don't remember anything about her having a stroke and that part of her brain. I think they might have lost that because, and maybe I'm wrong. If there are any mega fans out there that watch this, did you look into this at all? I think that might not resonate because it was too sad for the audiences. They might have just said she was just kind of crotchety.
Yeah, I mean,
when it started up again.
Yeah, because I mean, like, how do you have her character grow if like she has like a disability?
Like she's got a debilitating illness.
Yeah,
get worse. Yeah,
because I think there's moments where she has where she's like nice.
Yeah, so, that's it.
She's not always just a
no,
total
she
bitch.
wasn't. Yeah, and I don't really know that happens all that often. If something is fried. Yeah.
But then we meet Blanche's fiance Harry, and Sophia says the man is a scuzzball. This is the one. Got the biggest laugh of the whole thing. It was weird because I was like, did somebody break? Because like B. Arthur turned away from the camera and like walked away, and like you see like Rose kind of like smirking, and I was wondering if like that was like an ad lib or something because it was like it had a huge laugh. If I can find like a video of it, I'll put it in here.
That's funny.
But
so you're like, wait a minute, something happened that we didn't quite see
the whole background. Like, it was literally just Sophia going, "He's a scuzzball,"
And everybody, and it looked like they were all reacting, like trying. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I was just reading. I was just looking for a reason why it got such a big
Guffaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. And then we find out, this is where Rose says she's sad and scared to be alone again.
Okay.
So, we realize that she doesn't want Blanche getting married, and then she tries to stop the wedding at some point, and we think it's because of that, but she just doesn't have a good feeling. But
yes,
we'll get to that. Next up, they're just all sitting on they got a little back porch, and they're all just sitting out there in robes, drinking iced tea.
Yep.
Complaining about why they're
lanai,
drinking liquid so late because they're gonna have to pee. I was like, this is where
I was gonna say I'm kind of into that too right now at this stage.
It's sad.
Yeah,
that we could kind of like relate to the Golden Girls. A couple of golden boys over here. But yeah, I thought that was funny. And then so they're waiting for Blanche to get home to find out if she's getting married.
Yep.
Blanche comes home.
Well, the lobsters were delicious, darlings.
Also, we're getting married.
Well, Jasmine's would be getting married.
And they're getting married next week.
Yeah, of course.
She can't wait. She's too old to wait around.
She's too old. She needs that man now. And
then, of course, as in any good sitcom, we get a joke about going to Hawaii and getting laid.
Yes.
So, find me a sitcom that does not have a good lay joke.
Ooh.
And
lay.
I'll tell you that's why it got canceled. You talk about Hawaii, you do a double entendre about lay. Instant classic.
Yep.
So we got that.
Stan. That was Stan.
And then followed up by a joke about Sophia. They're talking about peeing, and she says she pees like clockwork, 7 a.m. every morning. Yes. Problem is she doesn't get out of bed until 8. Classic. So
a lot of laughter. Yep.
So yeah, those were a couple like jokes that were just like very much written out jokes, like not just like witty banter.
Right.
But they were I still gave it a little laugh.
It was good. Yeah.
Fast forward the week to the wedding, and Rose, like I said, she started trying to stop it. She's suspicious.
She thinks that something's going on. She doesn't have a good feeling, and she's never wrong with her hunches.
And this is where the bully, Dorothy,
she shows literally her head again.
She friggin' gives her like
around her neck, like a wrestling
she's like
move,
choking
like
her, and then like holding her hand over her mouth. I'm like, so she's like 70, 80 years old. You can't do this. She's gonna break a hip or something.
I don't think they were 70, maybe 70. They weren't 80 at that point in time.
I don't know. I do know that Rose was the oldest of the group.
Okay.
So but yeah, and then she just threw her in the closet and locked her in there.
And that's one of the classic scenes you see in the opening credits. And so that did come from that episode.
Yes, we didn't even talk about the credits.
Yeah.
We just skipped right over the credits. The most amazing, one of the best TV show theme songs of all time.
I totally agree with you. It's so it just gets caught in your head. Here's the thing. Did they play in the beginning of this episode?
They did.
Okay. Because I'm just so used to it.
They did.
Okay. Yeah. They did, because I mentioned are all these scenes from this episode?
Yes,
and most of them were that we saw.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like it's a song that you could listen to outside of the TV show.
I think I heard it in the grocery store. But it's weird to hear the long version of it, because there is a long version,
and it's just like there's too much.
Yeah, and he actually has there's actual singing parts in between. You're like, oh, no, let's just get to the chorus.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, we just want to be friends here, people. I don't need this intimacy.
But yeah, that's when TV theme songs. We've talked about it before.
We have. 1981 had a whole bunch of theme songs. Just songs. But there are probably some good theme songs too.
Yeah,
MASH. I don't know what was out in 1981.
The theme to MASH was great. Yeah.
Right, is that it?
Nailed it. It was it. You got it like right on, dude. The pitch, the notes, everything. You're a big closet MASH fan.
I don't really know much about MASH.
But yeah, so she throws her in the closet. We come to find out then minutes later, Harry got arrested.
Right. But Coco saves Rose too.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about Rose. Coco. He was going back into the closet
before he was getting ridden out.
Yeah. And taking Rose out. But yeah, so Harry got arrested for bigamy.
That was right, bigamy. Yes. It's like, do they arrest people for this?
He had 6 wives.
Do they really arrest people for
that? I have no idea.
I mean, those are people on what's it called, the Discovery Network. Better watch out.
Yeah,
then,
I mean, maybe it was in like Dade County or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
It was a big thing,
Yeah.
keep these all these widows from getting pilfered.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
All right. Yeah. So she felt so duped, so deceived.
She was broken. It was sad. She's like, I haven't felt this sad since my husband died. And she was
that's
like,
what she felt like, was another death in a relationship.
Yeah. So then we fast forward a little while longer. The ladies are out in the porch again.
The lanai.
Oh, so the lanai.
That's
Sophia's
the classic term for Golden Girls.
I don't even know what you're saying.
The lanai. The lanai.
What's a lanai?
It's the back
like
porch.
A porch.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's actually something that she says too. She's like, let's eat on the lanai. And Sophia is like, what's a lanai? And she's like, oh, it's a porch. She's like, oh, excuse me, Crystal Carrington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember that line. I didn't know who Crystal Carrington is, but I think she was someone from Dallas or something.
All right.
So that's a reference that we didn't really know anymore, hasn't translated.
Well,
anyway,
yeah.
I just saw the commercial for that, which is why I know that line.
Good point, Crystal Carrington. But
I am.
So they're out there. Sophia, Dorothy takes a mirror, checks if she's dead.
Yes, Sophia's got these big glasses on.
Great. It was like Weekend at Bernie.
Yeah, exactly. I think did that come out at that point in time? Is that what they're referencing?
No, it was maybe later.
So
Weekend at Bernie's got
stole it from them.
And then Blanche comes out, says she's feeling better.
Girls, I want to just announce to y'all I'm feeling better.
Yeah, and then
that's pretty good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And then the big finish, we get the big joke to leave us wanting more. I think Sophia and Rose are going to the dog. Sophia and someone were going to the dog betting, dog track.
Okay, yeah.
And Dorothy says like, "Oh, she doesn't bet. She's a jockey."
Yeah.
Big laughs, credits. Bam.
That's right.
Let's come back for episode 2.
Yeah, like a dog jockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we go. Let's eat that cheesecake. So yeah. So you as somebody who you've seen it, them. What did you think about it? Again, I'm really not that much of a mega fan because I hadn't seen this episode that I can remember. But what did you think?
I thought it was great.
Okay, yeah.
I loved it. It was it wasn't dated at all for being almost like 25 years old.
That's what was funny about it. Yeah, like the jokes still hit pretty well. I mean, the only thing that really was dated, obviously the way they looked, the costumes of it, but also that one I found in the beginning with Dorothy complaining about the kids. And it just seemed really like, what place do you have, teacher, to say what a kid can and cannot look like? If they're in school, then you should be happy that they're working with you. And
that was kind of like, I mean, during that whole like time, there was like, that was a thing, like teachers complaining about like these kids that didn't like all those movies about like the teachers trying to help these kids with like well,
I'm even thinking like you say that because I'm even thinking
there was so much that
even when we were like older, but in high school, when was that show or middle school, whenever that came out? What was the one with Claire Danes?
Like So-Called Life.
Yeah. And like, there's some people in that one too that looked different. I remember.
Like, absolutely. I mean,
they were kind of made.
Breakfast Club. Like, it was like Ali Sheedy. Like, she's a weirdo.
Right.
Kick her out of school, and like
she's wearing black.
Yeah. So like that was a big thing back then. Even going like Dangerous Minds and shit like that. Remember that, Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah. I don't think I saw that one. Dangerous Liaisons?
No, different. Ever seen Dangerous Minds? It was like that song with the Coolio song. Been living most our lives, living in a gangster's paradise.
Yeah.
It was called Gangster's Paradise. No, I don't remember what it was called. I think I was right.
Miami.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the effect that Golden Girls had on culture as far as like TV shows, movies, because this was really one of the first, like, I mean, there was I Love Lucy prior to this, but like this was about like a group of women, and only that, like you said, we got rid of the man in the first episode. Now granted, the women were always on the prowl for a man, but the TV show didn't need him.
Yes.
So the characters, they were looking for a man. TV show, not looking for.
But they didn't. But exactly, they did not need the men. What they needed was the love and company they gave each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. And most importantly, America could resonate and laugh and grow with them without a man too. That was kind of what, and apparently that was part of what they didn't know at First Network. but apparently 8 seasons and how many episodes prove them that this was a legitimate. There was a niche out there for it.
Exactly. And then so some of the ones we saw come after that, Facts of Life was all female characters. Designing Women.
Absolutely. Yep. And those are all huge hits too.
Yeah.
I mean, those are on for big seasons.
I didn't really watch like Facts of Life. I was too young. Designing Women was not for me.
Didn't watch Designing Women, but I did watch Facts of Life because I loved the theme song too.
Another great theme song.
Yeah.
It's like, how crazy is it that like you watch the show because the theme song was
absolutely. 100%. Oh, and I love Blair too. I always love the snobby rich girls.
Yes.
Sorry.
And then like HBO had a few. Sex and the City, probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Sex and the City is basically like if you think about some of these and like you just kind of put in like the Golden Girls, like it's kind of like you could see it happening.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And
because like Kim Cattrall is kind of the same as when I Kim Cattrall, but whatever her name is.
Samantha.
Kim Cattrall will not be happy with us if she's the same person. So we apologize, Kim. Yeah. Samantha is, pretty much a younger version of Rue McClanahan. Never mind. Okay, yeah.
And then they had like just recently Big Little Lies about a group of women.
Yeah,
and that's not like a comedy or but it's very much just women taking
helping each other, but also being each other's like biggest enemy.
And too. Girls. I never watched Girls.
I never watched Girls either,
but I'm assuming it was about girls.
Yeah. They had 4 people.
Netflix had still has that Grace and Frankie, which is kind of like that.
Okay, they're a little older. Yep, and they got their husbands are a couple now, right? So I
don't know. I've never watched it.
I feel like that's what happened. I think that they were like
I did see like a poster or something. It was like the guys in bed too.
Yeah, like I feel like the guys left them each for each other.
I'm gonna watch this show.
Then they were
Everybody loves
about it. Yeah, I've never watched it either.
Sounds interesting. Okay. One of your favorites, Girlfriends.
I love Girlfriends. Oh my gosh. Was that on BET? It was on something. Almost like I was into Friends for a while, and then I discovered Girlfriends
in reruns. It's like Friends, but just with girls now.
Yes, it was so good. And that's where I fell in love with Tracy Ellis Ross, who, I mean, she is only hitting her stride now. Oh, ageless. I love her.
And also recently Glow,
absolutely.
Netflix. That was like
physical.
That one less like I couldn't really. That one you couldn't really put in the Glow. You really couldn't interchange the Golden Girls in that. No. That was more of just like more of a women's show. Yeah, not so much like a show similar to the Golden Girls.
I guess, but strong women, of course, literally.
Desperate Housewives. I've never watched that. Nope. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely was a big one with around the 4 women.
And then Real Housewives.
The Real Housewives. I've definitely watched that. Yeah.
Woo! Could you put could you see like a Real Housewives with like the girls of Dade County, Miami?
I love this. Yeah. Like at the senior center or something. Just following them around.
Oh my god!
And the golf carts and shit.
Yes.
I think this would be great.
All their little dogs and
oh my gosh,
visors.
Yes. Going to, I don't even know where they would go.
Yeah, bingo probably.
Bingo, absolutely. Yeah, and then
probably like so
lobster rolls at like 4 and then go to bed.
Is lobster rolls a Florida thing? I always thought
maybe
it was like a North.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you eat down in Florida? Jambalaya? No, that's like the bayou.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
haven't been to Florida in years.
Tuna sandwiches.
That's good. Yeah, with the crust cut off.
Yes,
because they're high class women.
And then let's see what else we got. This was from a list that I looked up.
Okay.
Fuller House, which I've never seen, but that's what they talk about. It's like the 3 girls like trying to keep their household going.
Okay. No, I mean I kind of lost. She's okay.
I've never. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's our review for Fuller House.
We're trying to be nice. Yeah, I don't
know. But yeah, that was the list. That was my quick research. I'm sure there's probably others. If there are others that you think of, let us know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm thinking like Cagney and Lacey. I never watched it. Wasn't there?
Yeah, sure.
Is that a girl? 2 girls?
I think so. They were detectives.
Yeah. And then Silk Stockings. Was that
That
two
was
girls?
not 2 girls.
Oh, with that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember like
Thelma and Louise was around that time period too.
Yeah. If
So
we're
I'm trying
getting
to
into like movies for sure, then there's like a whole bunch.
I'm thinking of like, but like, yeah, I guess this was a time of experimenting when like women could be more, of a
more
selling
than just
point.
background.
Exactly. Yeah. Or
Absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, like for sure, Thelma and Louise was like a huge one. I wonder when that came out. That was probably late 80s.
Yeah, right. Because Ben,
like that was very
what's his
much
name?
big empowerment thing. Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt was like at the height of sexual, right? He just got found
was
then.
like a tween.
He was like, they were like, really?
No,
a tween?
He was like,
He's like
young
13?
though. I remember he with his undies on, with his
really
hair dryer.
I don't remember this. I don't think I actually saw the movie.
Really?
Don't they like hold hands and jump off a cliff though at the end?
Oh, spoilers!
Drive off a cliff.
Yeah,
yeah.
They do.
Gina Davis and what's
Susan
her name?
Sarandon.
Yeah,
Sarandon. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I think it's Sarandon. Yeah,
like Saran wrap.
Yeah.
Saran
Actually,
wrap.
that's what her family founded. That's where she got her fortune from.
Nuh-uh.
No. Oh. So easy to people back home. Yeah.
Boy. But yeah, yeah. Even looking at the movies like that were like that. Now I'm trying to think of other ones.
No, it's funny though, but I mean, and I really didn't appreciate. I think coming from our day and age, where obviously there's still ways to go in a lot of different.
But I mean, we got Ghostbusters with girls now.
Well, yeah, that's
so
what I mean.
I think we're there.
I think equality.
I think
seal that
we're there.
Be damned equal pay for equal work, but that's fine as long as there's a Ghostbusters with women.
Female
mediocre Ghostbusters with women.
I know.
But regardless, I feel like we're like, oh, this was such a trendsetter or a trailblazer rather. Absolutely. That we take it for granted now. But it held up, like you were saying. It was still really funny. It did hold
up, and I mean, it was in syndication forever on many different.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It still
channels.
Might be on Lifetime after 10 o'clock at night. I don't even know where Hallmark or whatever it's on. Wait, Hulu. You said right? It was on.
It was on Hulu, and now it's going to be at Disney.
Okay,
so
yeah. These estates are making a lot of money.
Yeah. And speaking of the estates, let's talk about it. So Estelle Getty, she passed away
early.
Yes. She passed away in 2008. She was 84.
Oh, it was 2008. Okay, so it wasn't actually as early as I thought.
No.
Okay.
I guess not. And then B. Arthur, the next year, 2009, she was 86.
Okay.
And Rue McClanahan passed away in 96. And she.
Wait, that's not true. This is a mistake.
No, she passed away in 2010, and she was 76.
Okay. Oh, wow. She was that young.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So was she the youngest of the ladies then?
Yes.
Okay.
And Rose was the oldest.
Okay.
And she, Betty White, still alive thanks to our.
She is. Yeah,
the
candles. Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, what is it? Give me your test.
Absolutely. So one of the things that was really kind of groundbreaking about Golden Girls 2 is that the way that they openly discuss sex, especially with older women. So they just discussed it, and it wasn't really shied away from, which was different. So I wanted to ask you some questions, like how many men do you think that each of the characters slept with over the course of the 8 seasons? I have them here for you.
Oh no, what a crazy stat.
Let's start with Rose. How many men did Rose sleep with over the 8 seasons?
He
has no idea the answers, folks.
Wow, Rose. I'm gonna say 2.
Well, that's a great guess, but she slept with 30.
What is happening?
I did the same thing when I read this. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to Dorothy. How many men did Dorothy sleep with?
Jesus. Like, I thought Rose was like the good girl of the group.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Dorothy. 15.
43.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right.
What about Sophia?
Sophia's okay. We can do Sophia next.
Is she on the list?
She is on the list.
Oh my God.
Just because she's 80 doesn't mean she's not having sex with X number of men.
112. No, for real. 5.
25.
What is happening with these women?
It's Miami.
I guess
It's
right.
Miami.
They're in this
There
like.
are men down there, and they're ready to mingle.
I'm
They're
so
single.
nervous for Blanche. I don't want to slut shame anybody.
Let me just give you a hint. Blanche is a higher number than any of the numbers you've said so far.
Yeah, no shit. All right.
Blanche. Da, 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 da.
148.
165.
Wow, I was close. I was like high. I was trying to go high too. Holy shit.
Yep. So yeah, overall, the women slept with over like 225 men.
Dude, we gotta move to Miami.
Yeah. Well, there might only be 4 women. There's a lot of guys.
It's true.
Because again, I'm not sure some of those men might have been the same. Now I'm thinking about it. So they might have swapped.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, we know they did with some of them because I know there's some of the storylines, especially with Stan.
Amazing.
Yeah. I thought that there'd be a fun one to go over because I was floored by that.
Yeah. Never expected that.
Rose 2. No, 37, whatever it was. Yeah.
I think it was 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good step.
That's emancipated women right there, and that's the way it should be. You live your life, ladies. Yeah.
Dude, they're in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're in their 60s, supposedly in the first episode, the first couple few.
Yeah.
But they always looked a little older.
They did. I can't tell age.
Yeah. I know it's tough too. Yeah.
I mean, people say that I look at my like 30s and I'm only 21. So, it's weird. Age is it's
people
a thing.
think I'm 55, but I'm only 30.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
but
right. That's it.
That is that's Golden Girls. I mean, that's that right there was Golden Girls.
That was Golden Girls. Yep. Yeah.
So yes. So quickly, some other stats I had found. Not nearly as sexual, but NBC was initially against casting B. Arthur in the role.
Oh, interesting.
Because her Q score was too low. I didn't know what that much.
Oh.
Just that they didn't think she was lovable.
Nobody liked her. She was too much.
Yeah. Nobody. She was very much unlikable.
Well, she's my favorite character in the series. Not the first, not that first episode. I thought my Q factor was good for her.
Okay. Rose and Blanche were initially cast as each other's characters. So B. Arthur and
that. Well, you know that's not surprising me because Betty White has played a very sexual woman in. Did you ever see the Mary Tyler Moore Show? I watched it on Nick at Night, so the old repeats of it.
Yeah, no, I never
and she
did.
was a very like hypersexualized television host.
Really, she's a perfect Rose though.
Oh, she was so good at it. She was really good at both.
Yeah,
but that's so funny. So they were gonna, but she must have like her Q score must have went off the charts.
Yeah, exactly. The show had 2 spin-offs, Empty Nest.
Right.
And then Golden Palace, which was the sequel.
Yeah, that was much maligned.
Without B. Arthur.
Yeah.
So
it didn't do very well.
No. I remember trying to watch an episode of that with you a long time ago, and it was just like, what is this? Don't they own like a hotel or something like that?
They do. They own some kind of a hotel in Miami.
Yeah. And then the finale of the show was in 1992. 27.2 million people watched the series finale. So some cool stats. Quite beloved Golden Girls still to this day.
That was one thing actually. Now that you just mentioned the finale, I don't want to give it in case people have watched it and not seen it. Of course, it's been out for years now, but they say a line in the first episode that actually is not true when you watch the season finale. And I was kind of surprised with them. Did they do that on purpose?
What was it?
In the episode, she said, like, we will never let a man break us apart.
Mm-hmm.
The last episode, Dorothy gets married and leaves them.
Didn't they all get married before like the season ended?
They all had significant people that they were in love with, but none of them got married that I remember that actually went through with it.
Well, that would explain then the sequel. Dorothy bailed on them, so then they went did their own thing.
Oh, so the 3 amigos went on together without it.
Yeah,
that does explain
just
it. Though.
Shit talking her the whole time.
Yeah.
I never liked her. She was always so mean.
Exactly. Yep. You remember that? Our what's it called? Our premiere. What's it called?
Pilot.
A pilot. Yeah, she was a real B.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, so that is Golden Girls in a nutshell. A very,
I think we talk about that a lot. Actually,
elderly, sexual nutshell. But yeah, we do reference the girls quite a bit, so it's nice to get this out there.
Thank you for watching that with me. I'm glad you had the experience.
It was a lot of fun. And check out our Instagram and Twitter. Follow us there, First Eps Podcast. Hit up the YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe there, Pop Culture Playground.
When did that go out?
Oh, no. Somebody call.
Wait a minute. I'm just going to look.
Apple Podcasts, leave us 5 stars, write us a review there. That would be a huge help. And, all hail Betty White.
I think we're okay. We're okay. All right.
We're okay. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
Ooh. Thank you for being a friend.